everyone, and welcome to a mid-season sports night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. And Joe, I'm really excited for this show.
As am I. And we're going to start by talking about what's remaining in the fall season. The girls swimming and diving team having their section championships this past week, and they are sending one representative to the state tournament. Megan Schultze set a school record in the 100 fly with a 56.55. She also had her personal best in the 100 breast, a 105.49. Typically, it's only the top two spots, but she did have a qualifying time, so she'll be going to state in both of those events. The relay teams both finished in third place. The 200 free relay, Schultz set another school record for her 50 free time in that one at 24 points. I'm not sure, but it was also a school record because she started the leg with that one, so that's fantastic. Tamala King finishing in the first place of the consolation championships in both of her events, the 200 free and the 500 free, and Ella Hacker finishing also at the front of the consolation in the 100 fly. So a really nice way for the girls to finish their season as a team. They finished 7th, and we here at CTN want to wish Megan Schultz all the best as she heads off to the state tournament. Just a freshman, Howie, so this is something that she could continue to improve on for another couple of seasons.
Yeah, we do wish her the best. And we talk about, and Coach Donaldson talks about all the time, how times improve over the year. And what a better place to improve your time than in the section to qualify for state. Now we wish her the best as she continues
and set
on.
2 school records.
Yep, no question.
In the process.
No question. Very exciting.
Now for the even more exciting part of our program, we have a special guest in the studio with us, Kurt Walrath, new activities director. Thank you for being with us.
Thrilled to be with you guys. Thanks for having me.
First off, kind of a chaotic fall season. How did it feel to get that first season under your belt?
I made it through, and that's the important thing. Yeah, every day was completely new for me. Very different from what I was doing before at the high school, and things that should take me 2 minutes are still taking me 10, but every day I get a little bit more comfortable, and the fall went great. Got to work with great coaches, lots of support within the office, so it was fantastic. I had a really good time.
What were some of the challenges for you in the beginning? Some of the things that you needed to work on and that you've been able to look back and say, we really have done a good job at this point?
Yeah, I think, fortunately we had a great group of veteran coaches to work with that have been through it before. But, for me personally, I think time management is just a huge part of the job, and being able to try to be everywhere when I can be, and it's part of the job that I love is just being out and about and around and visiting with kids and coaches and parents. But being able to manage all that and be in the right place at the right time, that was tricky, but and I feel like I got a lot more organized as we went through, and I'm getting there.
Now, you mentioned the veteran coaches. You also had 3 brand new coaches.
Yes, we did.
And, we thought all 3 turned out to be really good fits for that fall schedule.
No question about it. Yeah, we've got some great new coaches in our program, bring some great new ideas and things that they brought with them from other programs and wherever they've been. And, yeah, really, really great additions. We've got a great staff that works well together, and they fit in right away.
We talked a little bit before the show about how the kids have to buy into the new coach's program, and no better example than the football team. And Coach Edwards did such a great job. These kids really bought in, and you can see what their progress was through the season. They believed in what he brought to the field, and they followed him.
Absolutely. Coach is such a presence wherever he is, whether it's on the practice field, at school, in the hallways. You can't help but listen to him and take his lead. He is so good, and really, it seems like he's been in our building and with our kids for years and years. He's just fit in perfectly. And yeah, he's got the natural ability to lead kids and sets a great example for all our kids. It's a pleasure to have him on board.
Well, and of course, football team finding some success this season, some much needed success. Mm-hmm. What does that do for the mood in the building? Oh,
it's incredible. The tone that the fall sports and football sets in particular is amazing. Everybody is just a little bit more alive, a little bit happier. We met with some groups of kids and talked about how well things were going, and we even asked kids, what's the thing that's really made this year, got us off to a good start? And several kids said, hey, the football team is winning. Everybody's a little bit little bit happier, and there's just that extra life in the building. It was great to see. It was amazing.
I know I got to see a number of videos on Facebook regarding the Pep Fest that were held, and you could tell the energy and the excitement in that building, and everywhere from the staff to the students, it was really exciting, and a lot of electricity in that gym.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, I'm completely biased in every way, but I feel like we've got the best Pep Fests around anywhere. Our staff brings a ton of life and energy. Our kids do. I mean, that place is electric. It is hopping from the time you get in there to the time you leave, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of it. It sets the tone for the entire day, and weeks after. It's just really cool.
Now, of course, a big part of the football team's success is the move to 5A. Just talk a little bit about how that happened and what that means for the future of other sports, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's any secret to any of your viewers that we've struggled quite a bit over the last few years, and I think what we were looking for was a way to be competitive. To give our kids the opportunity and the feeling that every game that they went into, they had a chance to win. And we had a talented group of kids that I think probably could have competed with anybody this year. But just to have that feeling like any game we play, if we play our best and execute, we're going to be right there. So that's something that we fought really hard for, and we really believe that we fit in well with where we are, more so than where we were. And really the goal is not to remain at 5A. The goal is to find some success, be competitive, have things go well, and then maybe take a look at going back. But certainly football was the area where we struggled the most to be competitive, but it's definitely not beyond the realm of possibility that we take a look at other programs and see if maybe our best bet would be to do the same thing. And given the success we had in football and how well things went, it's certainly a possibility.
Well, and I think there was a little bit of criticism from some mainstream media that, oh, well, it's a huge school. Why are they dropping to 5A? But the numbers are really the key that are involved with those programs. And I think, what escapes a lot of people's perception is that the numbers-wise, how many kids are on the field for the football at Coon Rapids is not the same as how many kids are on the football field at practice for Blaine, for Maple Grove. And that, I think, is something that's kind of harder to explain to people who maybe aren't in the know.
I would agree. I mean, I think we have a lot of kids in our program who have had to grow up fast, that have a ton of responsibilities at home, that are working. School obviously demands more than ever before. So yeah, I think that's true. I think the people who sort of criticized us a little bit didn't take a very good look at what our situation truly is, and what our demographic is, and how many kids we have out for athletics. And I think had those people taken a closer look, I think opinions would have changed. I really do believe that.
Well, Joe and I have been doing this a little over 20 years. I can't believe that already. But, and the football team is kind of the milestone and the mark for the beginning of the year of your program. And I think the whole program and the whole direction of the program changed this year just by the fact that they started winning a couple of games. Once you get that winning feeling into you, things change. And I think that'll help down the road, not only, as this program develops, but I think with other kids wanting to say, now I want to play football because look what happens.
I completely agree. I mean, I feel like, we went from a situation where sometimes our kids are feeling like, what's the next thing that's going to go wrong, to looking at a situation where, okay, something happened, but the next thing that happens is going to go right. We're gonna come back and bounce back with a positive and flip the momentum. And that's an attitude that you can only have when you have some success, right? And that's what happened. Early success really made that happen. And it does filter through to our youth. It filters through to our parents. And yeah, I mean, people want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that excitement. When you see our kids and students on the field after games celebrating with our kids, I mean, everybody wants to be down there. Everybody wants to be a part of that. Whether you're a fourth grader or an eighth grader, it's infectious. It really is.
And I thought we saw a bit of that with the success of the basketball team last year as well. The huge celebration on the field after the overtime or the last second buzzer beater at home in the playoffs, and just the mood. But it was the same thing. That success within the building really seemed to make everybody start to believe a little bit more in their practices?
No question, no question. I mean, just walking the hallways last winter and taking a look at the number of kids on their phones on YouTube trying to find that shot, I mean, it was our building benefited from that for weeks and weeks and weeks, and clearly football has had the same effect. There's no doubt about that.
Now, switching gears a little bit to the winter. Girls hockey had a cooperative with Spring Lake Park for a couple of years. Now Spring Lake Park's back on their own. Coon Rapids moves over with Champlain Park. How's that working out so far? And how does it work for ADs to both be kind of in charge?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think first of all, it's gone really, really well. In Jim Coltis, I think we have a guy that's just perfect for that challenge of getting two groups of kids from two completely different places to mesh and play as one. And so far, all the word that I get from scrimmages and practices is that these kids feel like one team. So it's gone really, really well. And we've got great kids, and so do they. And I think that's been the big thing. And as far as the workload with the athletic director, it's really been helpful. I mean, I'm a rookie. Matt Matson over at Champlain Park is a veteran. So to kind of get a chance to see how he handles things and then handle it with him together and work on some tasks together has really been beneficial for me. So, probably not so much for him, but definitely for me. So that's been a fun deal.
Well, I think it is going to be a good fit. The most important question, do we have a name or a mascot?
No. There's been quite a few things bantered about, but I think you're going to love the uniforms. The uniforms are awesome. I mean, they are really cool.
We will get a chance to see them, and I will bring up, I have some suggestions for possible names. We'll get into that as we move through the season.
We're definitely taking those, absolutely.
Well, you know what happened the last time he came up with a great nickname, and unfortunately we didn't get a chance. It
didn't go over too well, but it lived on.
It did.
Your time has come now, I think.
All right.
Well, we will get our first chance to see that girls hockey team in action. They open the season at Burnsville on Tuesday the 14th. Live coverage starts right here at 7 o'clock on CTN. We'll see them again at Andover. That's at the Forum, at the Ice Forum at Champlain. That's going to be the home opener. And then we'll see the boys hockey team in their home opener when they host Rogers. Next 3 Tuesdays, hockey live at 7 o'clock. Kurt, want to thank you for joining us, and good luck the winter, and we'll see you. We're happy to have you.
My pleasure, you guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks again, everybody out there, for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.